Hello everybody. Okay, today we're going to talk a little bit about an alternative way to get some programs on your computer. And the example I'm going to use is called retext. Now, retext is available on our depots. The problem is that it's slightly old version, hasn't been updated recently, and the other problem I'm having with it is that the cursor tends to disappear, which is a problem in an editor. Right, so this is basically a markdown editor which shows your HTML results live in another panel. So by all means, if you want to stick to the official version and wait for it to get fixed, that's fine, but there is an alternative because it's a Python program. And Python has its own repositories and its own way of installing software, which on Haiku doesn't always work. It doesn't always work for all programs. It doesn't always find everything that it needs, but when it does work, it's really quite good. And to do that, we need a program called pip. To be precise, we need pip3. You can see this pip3, and this pip3.10. So I've got Python 3.10 on the system, and so I've installed the one that goes with my version of Python. We do have more recent version of Python, but I suggest you stick with 3.10 at the moment because not all the other libraries are available in Haiku for 3.11 or 3.12 yet. So, we are going to install retext from pip, and it probably stands for Python installation program or something. And I'm probably going to get a comment saying it's pronounced pipe. I don't know. And that's all you have to do. We don't have to worry about sudo, which is what you'll sometimes see in instructions. And we will now proceed to install this, and I'm going to speed this up a bit through the magic of video editing. Okay, let's see if that worked. And if it didn't work, then you will never see this video. Boom, 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 boom. Let's try that again. So I've now uninstalled the conflicting package that I had from some previous installation. And let's see. Oops. There we go. So now you see, where did it actually put the executable? Put it in a place that we don't normally touch. Normally either our programs are in apps or bin straight off system, boot system, or we sometimes can install our packages into config packages, right? I haven't got anything in there now, but then there would be a bin and an apps, etc., in here. But this now uses a different, there we go, system, right, non-packaged bin. And that is where it puts it. Okay, let's have a look. And there we go. So, preview, live preview. Right, and if you know Markdown, then you can just header. Then you can just put this in yourself, right? Or you can use the menu here. Even uses fairly standard keystrokes. Let's try Alt B. Sorry, I keep forgetting that my keycaps on this VM are reversed. Right, so this is your Markdown, and that is the HTML that will be coming out, which you can do export HTML, ODT, or PDF. Lovely little program, long-time favorite of mine. But you're not going to see this in the menus. Let's just cancel that. All right, so you now need to go to configs, non-package, data, display menu, applications, and there you'll see I have got a little script from a previous installation, which should therefore show up right there. Now, if you prefer to do it with a relative symbolic link, that's also fine. That will work as well. In that particular case, I just prefer to do it with the little script. And so what you're not getting is a nice icon in your desk bar. All right, it'll read Python 3.10, which is a familiar situation if you've been using Java programs. So, usual save as, all the normal sort of things. Anyway, I didn't want to talk about this program itself. See, and whatever I do, the cursor stays there. Now the one that's in the repos also doesn't have an icon in the desk bar. And that cursor that you're looking at there tends to disappear. It's a little glitch. Should probably get fixed when they update it to this latest version. But the point of this episode was to show you that there are ways to install Python programs without going through HaikuDepot. We'll discard that. And does take a little doing sometimes. So in this case, I had to remove an HaikuDepot library so that pip3 could substitute its own. But I have seen them recognizing that the library was already installed and pip3 didn't have to install its own. So it's a bit tricky at the moment. You sort of have to keep your wits about you. But hey, it's possible. And in this channel, we explore all the possibilities that Haiku has to offer. Thanks for watching.